Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today we shall be discussing an interactive story called Firestorm and how it compares in how it handles its challenges to the movie The Black Balloon. Now, before we get into the video, I'd just like to briefly mention what these two videos are about. The first of which, Firestorm, being an interactive story which follows multiple different perspectives on the same fire through several different ways, such as a documentary style which follows a family through this terrible fire. The second medium we're talking about, The Black Balloon, is based on a book and is about a family whose firstborn child, Charlie, has autism and the challenges that goes along with that. The first scene I'd like to talk about with The Black Balloon is the scene where Charlie's mum goes on a rant to the main character, Thomas, about how he should be less of a prick to his brother because, he has autism. Now, what happens in this scene is quite simple. The setup to it is that a girl from Charlie's school has come to his house, returning a thing that was lost earlier in the movie. Thomas, the main character, then locks his brother Charlie in his room as to avoid any embarrassment. This then leads to Charlie, in the room, leaving a little gift for Thomas and his mum. This then leads to Thomas getting into a crap ton of trouble. This then leads into a really intense speech that the mum has, which is her basically saying Charlie's never going to be able to do the same things that Thomas can do. Now, this scene shows the struggles that Charlie will have to go through, the challenges that he'll have to overcome, but it also shows the struggles that Thomas has to go through. Being a young teenage boy, he says the line, "I don't want anything to do with him," which is an awful thing to say about your brother, but at the same time, what else can he say? Now, the scene I've chosen for Firestorm isn't quite as detailed as that last one because there's not as much that needs to be said for this one. There's just some piano music in the background while they're talking about the fire. This utilizes what music can do. It can bring out emotion in people, and it gets people more invested, and it gets people to almost understand or more empathize with the challenges that these people are going through. Now, the second example I've used for The Black Balloon is more of an aesthetic example than anything else, which is the choice of having a cluttered kitchen. It really shows that these people have had no time to arrange the kitchen in an orderly fashion. They've had to sacrifice having a clean house for Charlie. Now, the second example I've done for Firestorm is also very similar to the second example I did for The Black Balloon, in the fact that they're both an aesthetic choice. We see a picture of a dock, which at first glance isn't very important, but on the second viewing you notice that this is the exact same dock that was used to keep the family alive, essentially. The image lingers, which gives you the feeling that this will be important. At some point, something in this image will be important, and of course it will be the focal point of the image, the dock. Not really sure how to end this, so, bye.